one ever taught me how to speak. Not really. I knew how to answer questions, how to say what people wanted to hear, but I never learned how to say what I actually felt. So I played the role, the smart one, the strong one, the stable one, and every time I swallowed my truth, that mask fit a little better. But late at night, when the house went quiet, I opened my notebook. There, I said everything I couldn't say out loud. Writing wasn't just an outlet. It was the only place I existed without edits. And that night I wrote something I wasn't supposed to. Something that wasn't meant to be read. But someone did. The next day started like any other. Breakfast with my family. The same quiet nods, the same unspoken rules. At school I wore my mask well, smiled when needed, answered questions with ease, laughed at the right jokes. Mira sat next to me during class, always chatty, always watching. But today her eyes lingered longer on my notebook. I pretended not to notice, kept writing in my mind, even if my pen stayed still. Later, when I looked back, the notebook wasn't where I left it, and Mira was nowhere to be found. I told myself it was nothing, just my imagination. But deep down, I knew someone had read my story. The notebook held my truth, words I never dared say aloud. Confessions about feeling invisible, about wearing masks so well. No one saw the real me. Dreams I buried, fears I locked away. I never meant for anyone else to read it. But now I wondered, what did Mira see? That afternoon her smile felt different, softer, like she knew. She asked questions I wasn't ready to answer. Questions about who I really was beneath the surface. I wanted to deny it, to pretend it was all a mistake. But the silence between us grew louder than any words. For the first time I realized my story was no longer just mine. And I didn't know if that was good or bad. It didn't take long before the silence broke. My father's eyes lingered longer than usual, searching. My mother's questions felt sharper, though she tried to hide it. Even my friends noticed the change, the weight I carried. But no one said what was really on their mind. One evening, the notebook wasn't hidden well enough. My father found it, pages open, words raw and unfiltered. His face didn't show anger. It showed something harder to read. "Why didn't you tell us?" he asked quietly. And for the first time, I couldn't find the words. The mask I wore so long cracked. But what came after? I still don't know. What was written in those pages? Not just the quiet loneliness, not just the dreams I never spoke aloud, but things I saw, things I felt, things no one else noticed. I wrote about the weight my father carried silently and how it pressed down on me. I wrote about my mother's smiles that never quite reached her eyes, about Mira's laughter, bright and loud, but sometimes it felt like noise that drowned out my voice. Those words, they weren't accusations. They were truths I could only say when I thought no one was listening. And now, everyone was listening. Years passed. The notebook stayed tucked away, its pages worn but still there. I learned to speak out more, not perfectly, but enough to be heard. My father's quiet strength became something I started to understand, not just carry. My mother's smile, I can see it in her eyes now. Mira and I, we aren't the best of friends anymore, but we don't hate each other. The mask I wore, still there. It changed shape, and maybe that's enough for now. And there's still one secret I haven't written down. Maybe some other time.